Hello, my name is Isaac King Ike, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. All right, this is Spirit and Marriage series. Okay, Spirit and Marriage series. Now, we're going to be talking on how to separate yourself. How to separate yourself. First of all, you need to understand that nothing just happens. Okay, in the realm of the spiritual, they obey laws and principles. Laws and principles. Everything is orderly. Nothing just happens. Okay? So, whatever circle you're going through, just try to find out why is the circle and the way out. Okay? Don't ever assume that things just pop up from nowhere. No. You need to understand that no spirit can just walk in and take over a body. Okay? No spirit can do that except they have a legal grounds. All right? And then when they are given legal grounds and there are covenants, there are certain things that are given in exchange. All right? They have an agreement. So they have legal grounds, they have authorities. Okay? And then some don't just have authorities, they have some things they hold against you. Sometimes maybe your forefathers, your ancestors failed to deliver certain agreed upon covenant, or some things they had an agreement and they failed, and they're holding it against their children. So there is a legal ground. Okay, so we're going to be learning a few things, and don't forget that the reason why every spirit is in anybody is because someone, all right, give them legal ground. Someone invited them and give them legal ground over those children and the descendants. Okay, all right. So when you're going about trying to cast out a spirit or trying to expel a spirit from a body, you should first of all find out what ground are they on. Because the reason why they fight back is because they have legal ground, they have authority over that person. Okay? Now, first of all, before you start to think, go haywire about isn't the name of Jesus strong enough to just cast it out and just leave it? Now you wonder, why then do we have a lot of people possessed? A lot of people having that level of spiritual possession, despite the fact that we have churches all over, most especially in Nigeria, everywhere, yet you still find most people having such spiritual possessions. Now, we have to understudy that. How to separate yourself. Maybe you find yourself, the things I said in the previous video, you discover that these things happen. And there are cases where people would have maybe you're having a relationship with someone, and then you pass the night in that person's house, and the next morning you find yourself on the ground, from the bed, on the ground. I have cases that have been brought to me, and then the next day you find yourself out of the door. You slept in the room, but you found yourself in the corridor. The next time you find yourself in the walkway and all of that. You just keep finding yourself waking up somewhere different. The reason is because you are trespassing. You're actually sleeping with another man's wife, or rather another spirit's wife. Okay, so you have to be careful, because they would tamper with your finances. They will tamper with a lot of things. So we're going to be seeing all of that in this series. I have to build up for you so you can follow. How to separate yourself. First and first, know your family history, your background. Know your family. It starts from you. It's not about any prophet or pastor or deliverance minister. No, it starts from you. Why do you think you go to different churches, different prayer houses, different prophets and all of that, yet you still find those things occurring? The spirit, like it, will just give you a break and come back. You experience it. Sometimes you wake up as a woman from your sleep and you see semen, like you just had a sexual intercourse with a man. You know what's happening to you, but you can't tell nobody. All right. So if you have similar cases, you can equally drop in the comment sections. You can drop so we can have to communicate or talk or share things. All right. Know your background. Find out what happened. Find out from your father, your mother, or your grandfather, whoever. Find out how did this family come about? What's common in this family? What has happened in this family? Or try and find out for yourself your background and your history. Now, the next thing here is acknowledge that you are married. Now, this might sound odd and unreligious to you, but listen, it's spiritual. You have to first acknowledge. The reason why the spirit man or the spirit woman fights you is because you reject them and they are forcefully yours and they're in love with you. You have to first of all admit that, oh, I know that you're here. I accept the fact that this has happened, that happened, and all of that. It's like a dialogue. You have to have that conversation with them. All right? That's, by the way. And then after that, you have to return the marriage right. Now, you have to have an understanding. I've been privileged to be in a program, in a deliverance program where such dialogue was made. You have to have a dialogue. Okay, fine. This was given to you, that was given to you. This person does not want you anymore. The person appreciates whatever you've done to the person or for the person, but they don't want you no more. See, they're returning this and that and that. Now, don't just say you're doing it in the spiritual, okay? Because they gave physical items, so you have to return these things physically. This might not sound like your doctrines and all of that, but listen, we're talking spiritual. We're talking spiritism. We're not talking about religion or doctrine. You have to return them like they gave them. Find out what they gave and return them. And then, now abstain from sexual intercourse, both physical and spiritual. Now, you start to see the man come. You have to be awake and aware of his presence, so that the level of when you grow spiritually, you are awake in your spirit realm. So in your dream life, you are awake. Sometimes you dream and you know that in your dream you're dreaming. That means you're awake in your spirit life. So that will make you reject him when he comes. Okay, no, you stop him. No sexual intercourse physically and no sexual intercourse spiritually, proving to him that or her that you really do not need the marriage. Why? Because you decide now for yourself. It's going to be a difficult battle, but you have to fight it. Okay? Now, abstain from any element that is associated to the spirit. Now, you have to find